a bit of a presentation coming up, team. Going to start off with a wee bit of a video as well. So we'll take you through a wee bit about, not many people know about FNZ, which has its pros and its cons, I suppose. But I'm going to take you around what we do and why we're doing that as well. But let's start up here. So it's going to bring up a screen share first. Cool. FNZ, Wealth's growth platform. It's a new logo for us, a new brand, and which we launched about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And I'll take you through now just a wee bit about what we do and how we're doing that. So I'm just going to start with a small video. Right, that was just a quick rundown of, a wee bit about what we're doing and who we are. You probably saw a few things inside that slide. Back in 2003, we set up the business here in New Zealand, actually in Wellington. Our current CEO and founder, Adrian Durham, put together a small team, and we've gone on to, it was really what he was trying to solve at that problem at that time was the industry around wealth management was very paper-based, very closed network. It was hard to get access to investment products unless you were willing to pay quite high fees to, for example, financial advisors. So what we tried to do there was, bring technology into this area to really open up the markets. We've gone through now and digitized the entire value chain right through from the end consumer like you and I, right through to the manufacturers of investment products. And in doing so, what we've also tried there is we actually never sold our platforms or our code. We've always kept it in-house. And by doing that, we've been able to scale up our business and provide really great solutions. So it's talking about this piece here. We've freed up our customers, and I'll talk you through who our customers are. All that technology, all of the transactional, the asset servicing pieces all come back, and we administer all of that at FNZ. In doing so, we've been able to scale the business very, very in a fantastic way. And it ultimately has led to a major reduction in the costs of wealth management for the end consumers. And we've been able to drive the costs down by well over 40% in the areas that we've worked in over the last decade. There's some numbers on the page here. I'm just going to go through a few of them here. We are what we call a scale player. So the bigger we get and the more assets under management, which is this figure here, the more powerful our business becomes. Now, $1.5 trillion is what we administer on a global basis. Now, it's a big number. That's equivalent to, I think, the value of every residential house in New Zealand, or I think about 5 times New Zealand GDP. So we are administering a lot of assets on a global basis. And we're doing it for these big institutions, these big financial institutions. Now, these are things like a bank, And we talked about FNZ as being as one of our customers, and Sarai team will be using our technology to help that wealth management part as part of their business. So big organisations, financial advisory firms, asset managers, banks, insurance companies, all using our technology, and they are then reaching out to their, for example, 20 million end consumers. That's the people like you and I. We've gone and automated everything as much as we possibly can. We pump through a lot of transactions across our platforms on a daily, monthly, weekly basis as well. And we've been, this last one on the right-hand side here, what that means is we've been able to maintain very strong relationships with our customers and it's because we do so much for them, it's a very scalable solution for them. So we don't typically lose our customers because the solutions that we provide them are world class. 20 locations, regions, 70 nationalities, and over 4,000 staff. So from small beginnings here in New Zealand in 2003, we've gone on. We're doing some great. We've sort of dominated. Our first port of call was over in the UK, and we're sort of dominating that market there now. Most recently, we just opened up in the United States in Boston about a year ago now. And in 2022, we've just opened up Canada and Japan. South Africa's really busy for us up in the Nordics. And so I've got people here in the office here working on both our New Zealand and Australian-based projects, some projects up in Sweden and Finland, the United States, and also some projects in the UK as well. We run one of the technology solution centres here in New Zealand. The other one is in Shanghai, and a third major one is over in Brno in the Czech Republic. But we do have satellite centres as well. So, I've got some people here at the moment from the team flying over to Stockholm to take up their career over there. As well as our technology, we've got all of our business functions, our sales functions, and those are always going to be where our clients need them the most. So what we do is we mentioned before, we've kept the software, we run the platforms on behalf of our customers. So on one end of this is clients, that's you and I. So we are wanting to secure our wealth. We want to invest in the markets to help maybe, for example, our retirement. And so how do we go about doing that? So, we can either, on the left-hand side here, we have all of the investment products. This is your managed funds, your equities, your bonds, your options, any financial product that's in the market that we need and we want to invest in to secure our wealth is what we bring to our customers. Now, as a consumer, you may know what you want to invest in. You're financially savvy. You can go and do digital directs. You can invest in platforms like, Sharesies or Hatch or things like that. So Hatch is actually part of the FNZ group now. So you can go and invest directly because you know what you need to do. Sometimes you don't. You need to go maybe to a financial advisor or portfolio manager who has got that financial knowledge and you pay them a fee for that service. But they're an avenue to help you to make those decisions. Sometimes it could be through your workplace. Now we all, once you start working, part of your salary will go into a KiwiSaver. The portfolio manager there is investing, not taking your money into cash and investing in the markets as well at the same time. And also could be through your banking provider. We talk about FNZ. Take money out of your bank account, put it into an investment account. They're all using our technology to make this happen. And so what we're doing is, the team here, we're building all the software, all of the front-end websites, mobile apps, all the integrations between all the different counterparties in the markets globally. So we're building all the software solutions. We're also going and running the platform. So we have a big operations team here, all of the managing all the cash and the tradings through the markets, looking after all of the reconciliations of the assets. We also stand up all the infrastructure, so whether those on-prem or in the cloud services, and we're doing this on a big, huge global basis, and we're moving through assets all the way. So we're what we call a full platform as a service, so that our customers just need to bring their customers and their business solutions, and we take care of everything else in behind. Okay, so who are our customers? Now, we talked about that 650 customers. Now, This is some of them, right? As you can see, in different jurisdictions, you'll see some familiar names coming up. So let's look in this region, you might look at the wealth management sector, where you go to, say, a financial advisor. So it might be Jarden as a high net worth financial advisory firm, or Findex. It could be in the banking sector through FNZ or ANZ and things and stuff as well. So different organizations in different regions are using our technology. Looking at, so the asset management industries, companies like big asset managers like Vanguard use our technology in their solutions as well. Getting into life insurance companies, I used to work for a company called Aviva, and that's how I got to know FNZ as well. So across the globe, as you can see, we're just moving into the North American market, and we'll slowly build out that proposition over there as well. So a lot of familiar names have put their trust in FNZ to build and to manage these wealth solutions for them. We are a private company still. So we are still, about a third of the business is owned by 800 of our employees. We're just about a few weeks away from allocating more equity out to our employees based on their performance. So 2021 performance, a lot of our great employees will be paying them either some cash bonus for the work they've done, or for those real top performers who are looking to secure for the future, there is some equity in the company. And equity in a growth company like FNZ is very, very, very powerful. On the other side here, we've got some institutions who've been with us for the last 3 years. So CDPQ is the second largest pension fund in Canada. Generation is an investment platform, business out of the United States. You probably see a famous name down here, Al Gore. He's their vice president. So they've got David Blood and Al Gore, so Blood and Gore, which is always quite interesting. So they took a punt into FNZ a few years back. Temasek, which is the sovereign wealth fund for the Singapore government, the Singapore country. And then we've just got some new equity partners who joined us about 3 weeks ago as well. So Summit Partners, Motive, and CPP. And what this has gone and done is recently we got a revaluation. We're now worth, based around that, around about 20 billion US dollars. So we're not a small company anymore. We're going places at the moment. And of the 4,000 current staff, 800 are current employees, equity holders in the company. What are we, just trying to give you a wee bit here of what we're doing. We're building both all the integrations between all the different counterparties in the market to move cash and trades and execution through the market. We build all the front-end websites, all the mobile apps as required. If our customers have their own capabilities to do so and build websites and things there, then we have an open API layer that we can expose to them to help them to build the websites as well. But most of the time, we've got all the capabilities, and we build very bespoke front-end UX designs while keeping the core platform quite traditional, quite centralized. The front-end experience is very, very tailored to the needs of our customers. We're also we integrate a lot of third-party apps through the FNZ App Store to allow our users to build the platform and use the platform in the way that they go about their business. So if you're a financial advisor, for example, and you have a technology you want to use Advice Front to help that first part of your onboarding and getting to know a wee bit about your customer, then there's all the tools that we make available integrated through into the platform. So any work that's done in these platforms pushes and pulls data in and out of the platform solutions. Just wanted to just talk quickly about, it's in the initial discussion we were talking the panel, I was talking about what we're trying to do in the area of sustainability. That $1.5 trillion worth of assets is what we're trying to allow our customers now to help redirect into organizations and initiatives and companies which are doing better things for both for society and also for the environment and things around sustainability. There's an interesting place you can go to. If you went to the United Nations website, and there's a thing called the Sustainability Development Goals. And there's 17 goals that the UN is pushing for and driving And sitting behind a lot of these goals are companies and organizations that need capital from you and I, and to invest into their companies to help them to grow, to come up with great things. Now, we're not trying to trade off. We want to find avenues for you and I to invest in that are still getting great performance returns, but hopefully outperforming old traditional companies, but are also doing better things for the environment. So what we tried to do, we've built this platform called FNZ Impact. We launched this at COP26 just recently in Glasgow. And this sits on top of our other application, our main application. This gives you, us as investors, more insights into, what companies are doing. Now, if you say climate change is important to me, we will be able to then demonstrate underlying companies that you could invest in. And when you invest in, you could have a look at what their carbon footprint is and make trade-offs between, why would I invest in this company versus the others? Sometimes it could be things like women leadership. This is your board of directors. Can we give you better insights into a more diverse board instead of maybe a board that's made up of white males over 65? So how do we find companies that more resonate to you as investors? Climate change might not be your thing, but waste management might be investing. So you want to maybe invest in companies who are doing great things in this area as well. So what we're trying to do here is there's a whole thing, about 20 different attributes you can sort of dial into, and you can dial up and dial down these and hunt and look for types of companies and investment options that sort of tie back to some of these goals and some of these industries that have been going through. So who are we looking for? Our two sort of main core roles that we have here are our analyst testers and our analyst developers. The word analyst is very, very important to us. It means that you don't sit back and just say, well, you tell me what I need to code or need to test and things as well. You need to get involved as an agile and part of the agile team, part of the Scrum. You bring your vision and your inputs into what a good platform would look like, what is a usable function and a piece of design. So you get involved in the design process, you get involved in the usability of it, and you try and make sure that you work collectively with your teams to build out the solutions that we need. Working with a lot of our seniors around here who work closely with our customers, the likes of the banks and the financial advisory firms, working out what they need to make their business attractive and their business to grow, and then how do we translate that into technology. We invest a lot in new innovation, and while there's always going to be some level of legacy and big platform solutions and the banking and finance industry, we're always investing in what's coming up in the market. We were the first company, I think, to invest in and to build a blockchain solution for the asset management industry. So we invested in that about 3 or 4 years ago. We have quite an extensive R&D department and making sure that we're putting a lot of money and capabilities into those areas. So always trying to look and provide, great solutions for the companies that have put their trust in us to build out our platform solutions for their business.
Sorry, Pete, I'm just gonna have to jump in very quickly. We've actually, it looks like you finished actually.
Just done.
Yep. Perfect. Great.